journey of a raindrop. Looking forward to that. Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, April 18th. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate this on-air science fair on the Weather Channel. It's Science Week, and we got lots of great stuff in Texas. It's Southeast Texas. It's Houston this morning, getting the rain, and some of it has been heavy at times, especially south of town, down towards Brazoria County. Now, take a closer look at what's happening in Houston. Right now, the rain is pretty light across the metro area, but you go outside of it, and you can see we've got some heavy rain, and down here in Brazoria County, including the city of Danbury, a flash flood warning. We've just been in the heavy rain right through the morning. Another morning with some rain showers getting in through Corpus Christi. Just showers, though, no thunder there. Up towards Port O'Connor, we've got some thunderstorms coming your way as well with some steadier and heavier rainfall. So in the southern plains, again, there'll be some active weather, especially here through southeast Texas. But also today, this very summer-like pattern that we have going on, Tennessee, northern Alabama, northern Georgia, South Carolina, you have the chance of thunderstorms popping yet again in the heat of the afternoon. Tomorrow, we'll see more of a focus with scattered showers and storms through North Carolina, Virginia, North Carolina, and then into South Carolina. We'll get you through some timing. So we've got rain this morning in Houston, showers out there to start your day and your morning commute, but we keep it right through the afternoon. So thunderstorms just after lunchtime, continuing this afternoon, and even through the rush hour home, we still have a chance of thunderstorms hanging out. It's just a true summer-like pattern. We'll get the pop-ups again in the southeast. Atlanta, that includes you. You start your day warm and humid, and then we finish our day with temperatures warm, if not hot, getting up into the 80s, but that's going to drive some thunderstorms that will pop starting after about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. Very scattered in nature. Nashville, same thing, although we could start a little bit earlier, but temperatures warm up to mid to upper 70s, and then we see that chance of showers popping here, continuing actually into the overnight, perhaps with a few showers lingering into tomorrow. We've got tomorrow and then even into Thursday, we've got the risk of storms. So let's take a look at what's happening right now. First of all, a very busy radar for a early morning here in mid-April. We've got thunderstorms approaching the Sioux Falls area up towards Fargo. We've got some thunderstorms. There's a lot of lightning within this big cluster of thunderstorms. I just checked it out here. It's pretty impressive, again, for an early morning. Look at this, all this lightning coming in just south of the Fargo area. Plus a little bit of a wintry mix up there in extreme northern Minnesota. That's not the story. The thunderstorm is much more of the story and what's going to be the main forecast for you for today. So scattered showers and storms are on the move. Minneapolis, we've got that for you getting into Wisconsin, moving through parts of Iowa. Not likely to see a lot of severe weather as we get you into tonight. There is the chance as we see our next piece of energy come out here into portions of the plains, including in North Platte, Nebraska, and over towards Omaha. Then for tomorrow, things really do start to ramp up. So now we bring in a little more potent piece of energy getting here into southern Iowa, northern Missouri, into northern Illinois as well. Chicago, we will keep a watch on you. It's going to be a day where we watch the warm front, see where that sets up, see how warm your temperatures get. All going to be a player as to where that severe weather sets up for Wednesday into Wednesday night. And you can see the red area, still some of the same spots. Des Moines, you're in it. Kansas City, you're in it. Back into parts of Kansas, including Tulsa, and then Chicago. Again, you are one to watch. Detroit looking at thunderstorms coming your way Wednesday into Thursday, and the possibility of severe weather as things start to come together across the Ohio Valley. So we will be in the warm sector here by Thursday, and we've got Cleveland and Cincy and Pittsburgh, Louisville in the mix as well. All have the possibility of thunderstorms bringing hail and damaging winds, and there is an isolated tornado risk as well. We already have some torcons up 2s and 3s for you into Thursday. In terms of how much rainfall, it's going to be on the order of an inch or two. You saw what a stormy and active pattern it is for this week, so that will add up. Even if you only get a ½ inch at a time, if you get a couple of rounds of rain, that will add up to 1 to 2 inches. Kansas City, our timing. So today looks pretty good. It's going to be warm. It will be windy. Temperatures hit the upper 70s. We hit 80s actually tomorrow, but then by tomorrow night, thunderstorms track in, and we have the possibility of severe weather. Let's go coast to coast right now, and we will check your Tuesday morning weather. What a great day. What a great event. My favorite story was the woman who first ran the Boston Marathon, 1967, the first woman to run. She wasn't even supposed to. They weren't letting women in at that time, but she got it in, and then she ran again 50 years later yesterday and had a great time, less than 4 hours. So fantastic. All right, let's take a look at some other cities for you this morning. Chicago, looking pretty good along the lakeshore yesterday. Got a little chilly yesterday, Chicago, didn't it? Will warm you up today as temperatures get to the mid-70s. And hey, tax procrastinators, today is the final day to file your tax returns. Oh, I hope you did it already, because with temperatures like this, you're not going to want to sit inside and do your taxes. 76 in Indianapolis today. Temperatures in St. Louis will be in the mid to upper 70s. Tomorrow we hit the 80s, 86 degrees for you, and 82 in Paducah. All right, so we've got a lot of warmth coming our way. That's all going to feed into, of course, those thunderstorms that we are talking about. Chicago for us, here's a look at how your temperatures play out. Our average, in case you forget, is 60. But you know in springtime we can be well below and well above, and that's just how springtime in the Midwest is. Chicago for us will be above 67 today, 65 tomorrow, but then we fall down to below average temperatures getting into the end of the week. Our average low is 40. We'll stay above that for the next couple of days. St. Louis, we take a look at what's going on for you as we see temperatures topping out at 86 degrees tomorrow. It is going to be warm, almost hot out ahead of our next system. But then once the front sweeps through, we do cool down at the end of the week. Temperatures get to only the upper 50s for highs. That's below average. All right, coming up next, we head to Florida. Crews will search for a little boy still missing in rip currents for a third day today. Your Tuesday, tax day, and then we will get you into your weekend. So today, we've got thunderstorms in the south. The summertime-like pattern continues. We see those pop-up showers and storms. You get it in Nashville, Atlanta, Birmingham, Jackson, and then tomorrow we'll bring a better chance up into Raleigh and Charlotte for those pop-up showers and storms. There's going to be a couple of days of storm chances and really ramping up starting tomorrow as we see some upper level energy coming out of the west, and that moves east by the time we get Wednesday into Thursday. Thursday could be a pretty busy day here into the Ohio Valley, Detroit, Cleveland, Cincinnati. You guys are all in the mix. The whole system moving east by Friday gets to New York City, does bring thunderstorms by the week's end, and also brings some big temperature changes coming in. So Chicago back to the 50s. Now look at Atlanta. We got 87 degrees for you on Saturday. It's going to be warm. It's going to be humid. This is all ahead of our next system that comes in and takes a more southern route. When that comes through, you'll notice temperatures getting knocked down across the entire eastern seaboard as we kick off your next week. Now the calendar says spring, but the thermometer says summer, and all that warmth is. And welcome back to AMHQ early, 30 past the hour. We are watching the potential for severe weather starting this afternoon, and then we got it going on for a couple of days. Now, the cities at play for midweek severe storms include coming days. We've got hail, damaging winds, even a possible tornado, all in the forecast. Here's how things are going to play out. We've had a very busy and active jet stream in the west, and little pieces and pops of energy come in with that, and we'll see those move in across the upper Midwest and northern plains. So first piece of energy today goes pretty far north up into the Great Lakes. We're going to see our next piece coming in and help develop our next storm system right here across the lee side of the Rockies, but farther north than we've seen, right? So this is, again, much more of a summertime-like pattern as we've been talking about. Places that you might expect severe weather in June, we're going to get it in the coming days. So here's a look at where we're going to see the active weather. Watching that moisture getting pulled far north thanks to that first system, so that kind of primes the atmosphere. Then when the next one comes in, we already have dew points higher, and we already have the moisture in place for this front to work with. So here's a look at today's active weather. We already have thunderstorms ongoing in Minnesota. We're going to see more right through the day today. That moves east tonight. Chicago, maybe even Detroit gets into that. But by tonight, as we see our next system and piece of energy move in, thunderstorm chances into Nebraska and Kansas. And then by tomorrow, we see that across southern Iowa, northern parts of Missouri, and now getting into parts of Illinois, not too far from Chicago. Chicago, you're an interesting case tomorrow because the warm front is going to be very close to you. Where does it set up? Is it just a little north? Is it south here? All going to determine your risk for possible severe weather. But either way, you certainly have the chance for thunderstorms Wednesday into Wednesday night. And then Thursday, we move that east into southern Michigan, including Detroit, getting into Ohio, including Cleveland, and western Pennsylvania, including Pittsburgh. Plus, the front extends back. We'll be talking warm sector thunderstorms by the time we get to Thursday. So that just gives us a larger area at play for possible severe weather. Rainfall on the order of 1 to 2 inches. Timing it out Chicago for you today. It's warm, 75 degrees, but then thunderstorms track in by tomorrow and tomorrow night. The pollen isn't affecting you in the area, but we do have some really nice temperatures coming our way. Nearly 200 million people will see temperatures above average, and we're at the point in the season where above average isn't that hot yet. I mean, you talk July and you talk above average, it's just too hot, right? We're at a good time of year where above average is still pretty comfortable for most. It gets you up to 78 in Kansas City today, 79 in St. Louis, 76 in Indianapolis. This is all about 10 to 15 degrees above average, or even a little higher. Tomorrow, we do go even higher, 86 in St. Louis, 82 in Des Moines. But again, remember, you know, a lot of these places have the risk of storms coming in. So that's one of the ingredients, this warmth feeding into the atmosphere that will help feed the thunderstorms. St. Louis, we get really warm tomorrow, 86 degrees. Then we get thunderstorms and the front comes through. And by Friday, we're only 58 degrees. So enjoy the warm air while you have it. You know how it goes in springtime. A lot of ups and downs with our temperatures. Chicago, for us, it's temperatures in the 70s today, 60s tomorrow, again with thunderstorms coming our way. And by Friday, thanks to that front coming through, we are only in the low 50s for a high temperature. Time now to go coast to coast with your Tuesday morning weather headlines. And that smoke actually is getting carried all the way to North Carolina, affecting both your visibility and even your air quality a little bit there. Take a look at temperatures across the southeast. More warmth today. We start the day with temperatures in the mid 60s. Dew points have been up a bit into the 50s. That helped feed some of those thunderstorms that you had yesterday. And we'll get the same thing again today with those pop-up showers and storms topping out in the low to mid 80s, places like Atlanta and in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, do you know how fast a rain